It's MUJI time. I've got my MUJI bag. Inside, I've got my MUJI binder. And my MUJI fountain pen. Ta-da! So as you can see, I really like MUJI stuff. And this MUJI fountain pen was something that I was contemplating for a while. But what made me decide was it was on sale for 10% off, and I got it for $139 less 10%, which works out to about 125 NT. So at retail price, that's about 6 Canadian dollars and maybe about 5 or a little bit less than 5 Canadian dollars. So when I got this on sale, it was pretty well the same price as the Platinum Preppy. So because it is platinum, it's made in Japan, okay, and it's got the MUJI logo. So let's open her up and see what's inside. Okay, here we go. We're going to open her up. There you go. Very nice, clean. Now you shake it, you'll hear a sound inside. Now that's the cartridge inside. So let's open her up. Okay, let's close it. You hear that nice tight seal? That is Platinum's slip and seal cap. Now I'm no expert on fountain pens, but I've researched this before I bought it, and I found out basically it is like a Platinum Preppy or a Platinum Perfonte or Prefonte. So here we have the nib. Now what it is for this, unfortunately, you've only got the 0.3 or extra fine nib. So for me, I give it a try in the store and I thought, okay, I'm okay with it. I'll give it a try. And later I'll tell you about some options for changing the nibs. Now if we open this up here, you'll see inside, it's the ink cartridge. Okay, so I want to make sure there's nothing inside the barrel. There we go. So very simple. So let's put the ink inside. So you can see there's a little ball bearing there. That's something that we need to put onto the tip here. Give it a little push. And wait for the ink to feed through. Okay, we'll put it back together and see how long it's going to take before we can start writing with it. So I gave it a little push, and then now the ink is appearing in the feed. Put the barrel back on. Put the cap back in, and we'll get ready for our writing test. Here we go. So let's begin the writing test. I've got my MUJI binder here. Now, unfortunately, when I bought it, it didn't come with any paper. So I'm going to use some paper I already have for this particular test. Now, the pen posts very nicely, and it fits very well in my hand. And I know this already since I already tried it in the store. When I was in the store, it was very interesting. I asked if there was a sample pen, and the staff said no, but the pen I was holding, they said, just please give that to me. And they opened it up and gave it to me and said, just use it, and when you're finished, pass it to any staff. So I took it, used it, and gave it back to the staff, and that's after trying that out, I decided, okay, I'm going to get one of these. It wrote very nicely. So here we've got a pen wrote fountain pen with a fine tip. Okay, that's came with blue ink. Now I'm going to try with this MUJI Polycarbonate fountain pen. Now that wrote very smoothly compared to the pen wrote, and pretty well effortlessly. So as you can see, it wrote very, very smoothly, very, very nicely. Now it's got a demonstrator or a clear feed system here, and that's really good for being able to see the ink going down. Now earlier I made the mistake of not putting the ink cartridge all the way down, and once I did push it down, the ink started to appear in the feed. So as I mentioned earlier, there are options to changing the tips. So from what I've seen on YouTube, I haven't tried this myself, but I plan to in the future, is you could actually go and pick up a Platinum Preppy. In this case, it'd probably be a black color one, so that you have a, that's the closest I found that can match the demonstrator feed. Okay, because the other ones come in different colors. So unless you want to have a little bit of color in your feed, you can go ahead and get one of those. But the Platinum Preppy comes in extra fine, fine, and medium nibs. So one day I may go and try a medium nib, and I'll go get one and try it out. From my understanding, you should be able to just change the grip with the barrel, and away you go. So again, it's an opaque barrel and an opaque cap, which gave it a little bit of a style that I wanted to have for a fountain pen that I would use every day. It looks nice, it's simple, and I personally didn't like all the different colorful versions of the Preppy or even the Performante pens that I saw in the store. So I looked at it I've been looking and shopping for probably the last month or so during my summer break, and finally decided on this MUJI one because it was on sale. And for the same price as a Preppy, why not? So let's take a look at the paper at the back and see if there's any bleed through. So here, at least for what I can see, for the pen wrote, there's a bit of bleed. But for the Platinum or the MUJI, it looks fine. So even for something like this, a very basic paper that I had, not sure of the specs of this paper, but it worked out well. So that concludes my test and my unboxing of MUJI's Polycarbonate fountain pen. So I'm Teacher Vincent, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.